Every time you twist the throttle, you're either protecting your engine or slowly destroying it. And most riders have no idea they're making this one common mistake. It feels right, sounds powerful, but it's silently damaging your bike from the inside. So what is it? Let's break it down and save your engine before it's too late. Mistake number 1. Ignoring the manufacturer's RPM range. Revving high feels fast. Cruising low feels smooth. But if you're constantly riding way above or way below your bike's recommended RPM range, you're shortening its lifespan fast. Every engine has a sweet spot, often called the power band. For many sport bikes, it's between 7,000 and 9,000 RPM. Ride too far outside of that, and you're forcing your bike to work harder for worse results. Too low, your engine struggles, burns more fuel, and makes less power. Too high, you're flooding the engine with heat, stress, and wear, with no performance gain. Think of it like lifting weights with bad form. Sure, it might feel like a workout, but eventually something snaps. Mistake number 2. High RPM plus bad maintenance engine killer. Let's say you love riding high in the rev range. No problem, right? Wrong. If your oil is dirty, old, or low, you're flirting with disaster. High RPMs generate a ton of heat. Without clean, quality oil, your engine parts start grinding together, especially the valves and cylinder walls. Combine that with poor valve clearance, another thing most riders forget to check, and you've got a ticking time bomb. It's like sprinting barefoot on hot pavement. You might go fast, but not for long. Bonus tip, break in your engine the right way. When your engine is brand new, its parts fit together tightly. This is when proper break-in is critical. You should be varying your RPMs, avoiding full throttle, and letting parts wear in naturally. Ignore that, and you risk scarring the piston walls, damaging the rings, and killing long-term power. It's like stretching before a race. Skip it, and sure, you might finish, but not without injury. Mistake number 3. Over-revving by accident. We've all done it, missed a shift, or dropped 2 gears instead of 1. The RPMs shoot up, the engine screams, and your heart skips a beat. If your bike doesn't have a rev limiter that cuts in time, you're doing serious damage. Even a single over-rev can bend valves, crack pistons, or snap connecting rods. Think about that. One mistake, and your engine's days are numbered. Mistake number 4. Treating the rev gauge like a challenge. Rev limiters are there to protect your engine, not dare you to hit the red line every ride. Forcing your engine past its limit, especially during aggressive downshifts, can be devastating. Even if the engine survives today, those micro cracks or bent components will eventually lead to a breakdown. Instead of seeing the tachometer as a scoreboard, see it as a warning system. Stay within the power band and shift smart. Your engine will thank you later. Mistake number 5. Always riding at low RPMs. Here's something a lot of riders don't realize. Riding at low RPM all the time isn't gentle. It's actually harmful. Why? Because carbon deposits start to build up in the combustion chamber, exhaust ports, valves, and even your spark plugs. This buildup can cause rough idling, sluggish throttle response, increased fuel consumption. So even if you're just commuting to work or cruising casually, you should occasionally rev your engine a bit higher. Safely. No need to race, but once in a while let the engine breathe and burn off the junk. Think of it like giving your engine a workout to stay in shape. Mistake number 6. Shutting down right after high RPM riding. You've just had a thrilling ride, high revs, tight corners, pushing your bike hard. Then you stop, park, and immediately shut the engine off. Bad idea. Your engine, especially the combustion chamber and exhaust valves, is still extremely hot. And when you cut the engine, you also stop the oil flow. That leaves those hot parts unlubricated and cooking. The result? Oil breakdown, warped metal, premature engine wear. This is especially bad for air-cooled bikes, which lose their main source of cooling the moment you stop. Instead, ride slowly for a few minutes before shutting off your bike. Let the heat settle. Let the oil keep flowing. Give your engine a proper cool down. Mistake number 7, revving a cold engine. Too hard, too soon, you're late. You start your bike and you're off, twisting the throttle hard before the engine's even warm. We've all done it, but it's brutal on your motor. Here's why. Cold oil is thicker, so it doesn't flow well. Metal parts haven't expanded to their operating size yet. There's more friction and more wear. Revving too early wears out bearings, rings, and cylinder walls before they even get a chance to warm up. The damage might not show today, but it builds up with every cold start. The fix is simple. Let the engine idle for a bit. Wait for the temperature gauge to move or listen for the idle to smooth out before riding hard. Your engine's performance and life will be much better for it. Mistake number 8, riding at top speed. All the time. Sure, your bike can handle top speed, but that doesn't mean you should live there. Constantly riding at redline RPMs or wide open throttle isn't just loud. It's wearing your engine out from the inside. Here's what's happening. The engine is under maximum load. The oil gets thinner from the heat. The valve springs weaken faster, and the top end of your engine, valves, cams, rocker arms, wears out much quicker. Even worse, performance actually drops at top speed for most bikes. The best power often comes just below redline, not at the very limit. So don't treat high RPMs as your default. Use them when needed, but don't live there. Mistake number 9, riding in too high a gear at low speeds. This one's a silent killer. Imagine cruising slowly, in 5th gear. You think you're being gentle, saving fuel. In reality, you're lugging the engine, making it work way too hard at too low a speed. When that happens, the engine can't generate enough force to turn over smoothly. It starts knocking, overheating, and putting excess stress on pistons, rods, and crankshafts. Over time, it causes uneven wear and costly damage. The fix: downshift. Let the engine rev a little higher so it can work efficiently. You'll get better throttle response, smoother rides, and longer engine life. Mistake number 10, highway riding before warm-up. Heading onto the highway right after starting your bike? That's a problem, especially in colder weather. At high RPMs, your engine demands perfect oil flow, but when oil is cold, it doesn't circulate well. Not even with synthetic oils. That means metal parts grind, and key components like cams and pistons wear out much faster. Even if modern engines warm up quicker than older ones, give it at least a few minutes. You'll feel it. The throttle gets sharper, the engine sounds smoother, and that's your cue that it's ready for harder riding. Revving in neutral for fun. It might sound cool, but revving your engine to redline while in neutral is one of the fastest ways to kill your engine. Why? Because with no load on the engine, all that energy goes into the internal parts, not the wheels. Bearings, rods, and crank journals take all the stress. And if you've got an older bike, you're adding heat and stress to components that might already be weak. It's like punching a wall just because it makes a loud noise. You're only hurting yourself. Racers only rev high under load because that power is actually being used. Follow their lead. What you should remember: letting your engine warm up, avoiding max RPMs unless needed, downshifting when speeds drop, cooling down after a hard ride, and revving under load, not in neutral. These are simple habits, but they make a huge difference. By changing how you treat your throttle and RPMs, you're not just saving your engine, you're saving money, performance, and peace of mind. If this helped you understand your bike better, or saved you from making one of these mistakes, smash that like button, subscribe for more real-world motorcycle tips, and drop a comment with the worst habit you've seen or done when it comes to engine speed. Ride smart, ride safe, and I'll see you in the next one.